On this episode, we talk about how to find investors for your startup idea, a pet food delivery service company, and what entrepreneurial culture looks like. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 75 of the AskEngine show. We've got Blake making a comeback.
Yeah.
Making a comeback.
I'm excited to be back.
Excited.
To quote my the co-host here.
Okay, so we seriously need to have a conversation around when we're going to see Avengers. Because I know you've already seen it and I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I need to see it a second time. Real bad.
I had a 14-year-old trash talk me about not seeing that movie yesterday, and I was like, it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dedicated
What we
amount
need
of
to
time.
do is just block off some time and we just disappear and we go see
Just go.
Avengers. Yeah.
That deal.
Just go. Blog article.
Just go. Blog article. Hashtag dropping blog
Yes.
articles.
First question from Cora. Who can help me to contact investors and share my ideas with which I think I have $1 billion idea and no money to start it?
Perfect. So we've actually talked about this. I think it was like literally one of the first episodes talking about how to get funding. John, who is much more experienced than I am, Blake has experience with John raising capital. Number one, when you're trying to raise capital, you've got to reach out to your local angel network. So if you're getting less than $1 million check, it's probably going to come within, I think John said, 50 to 150 miles of where you live. So plug into 1 million cups, plug into pitch contests, plug into the landscape within your area where investors are going to be either at or they're going to have their ears to the ground there. What other advice do you have with them?
So I'll back it up a few steps and like put on the Dream Crusher hat and say that you need to have a solid business plan and a path to making some form of money before you run up to an investor with $1 billion idea. Because I could go down the street today to any number of investors with a $1 billion idea to automate taxi services and create an app that makes somebody pull up in front of my parking lot and I drive with them. Like anybody can create a clone of any other $1 billion idea rapidly. So what you need to focus on is figuring out how you create the minimum viable business for that idea and start executing it. If all you have is an idea, an investor will basically laugh at you because you need to have some structure around it. You need to have some foot work done, some market research, and be able to say, hey, look, I am doing this today, but I want to grow the business to this far future thing. Without that, there's not even use to contact those investors.
Yeah, I agree. I think the last thing I want to add to that is you've got to show that you have skin in the game. If you don't have money, you need to have put in enough amount of work into it to show that you're invested in it. Someone's not going to it baffles me that people think that it's okay to go and ask someone for a $25,000 check with no work on their end put into
with
it.
An idea.
Yeah.
You have to build a moat around yourself because if your idea is to do XYZ, there are 40,000 other people with that same idea working on it, probably harder than you are, and you have no moat to protect yourself. If you take that 25 grand on and you get squashed by any one of those multiple competitors, you're not kind of starting off on a good foot.
Yep.
Second question from Quora. How can I start an online food delivery business for pets?
So, I want you to go to Chewy.com and then Google how much Chewy sold for, which was $3.35 billion, and realize that I'm never someone to say, hey, you shouldn't do something. But I also semi-subscribe to Peter Thiel's kind of understanding around startups is what are you doing that no one else is, or what is a worldview that you have that 99% of the world would disagree with you on. Going in and building a pet, it's been done, and unless you have a very unique way to outmarket a $3.35 billion company, you're really going to struggle. So if you want to go down that road, look what Chewy's done. I mean, I would follow their roadmap. I would start super hyper local, create amazing customer service. You need to know every single person in the neighborhood you lives in, dog's name, what breed they are, what kind of food they like, what their age is. You need to send them birthday cupcakes. You're gonna have to start super small.
I would even challenge this person to not even go after dogs and cats. Go after like hamsters, lizards, turtles, like obscure weird pets that Chewy is underserving. Because when you drop on Chewy, you think dogs and cats, and everybody's kind of like fluffy little friends.
Chinchilla pet service.
Go after like kind of the underserved market of maybe reptiles or hamsters or whatever that may be. That way you can kind of develop your market around that. You can target that audience better. You can serve them through copy, content, just a lot more effectively than you can if you just say, I'm going to deliver all kinds of pet food.
Yeah.
Because one person is not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with Chewy on that.
Could you imagine just being able to play with chinchillas all day? Like, how happy you would be? I just sat here and I was like, man, that would be amazing.
Maybe we need to get like a tube network for chinchillas installed in the office.
We've got a broken TV that's been on our floor since December. I don't think that we could
Those
carefully...
chinchillas wouldn't last long.
Yeah. They'd just be dead one day. Oh, gosh. Next question.
Last question. What are the concepts of entrepreneurial culture?
I really like this question. So the concepts of entrepreneurial culture, in my opinion, is... The first one that I think of is just hard work. You're never going to meet an entrepreneur who doesn't believe in hard work, and then who also doesn't believe in building something greater than themselves. And then that ties into the second principle, which is giving before you take.
Yep.
Like good entrepreneurial cultures, I'm thinking of Boulder, I'm thinking of Silicon Valley 20 years ago.
Yeah,
it's a stab at Silicon Valley. It's just it's a feeling and a vibration that you can't really articulate into words. It's just like when you're in a place where there's a coffee shop open until 5 a.m. and there's 20 people all there, like the synergy and the energy around that is something that's really it's palpable, but it's really hard to put into words what it is.
I'd add on to that a culture of learning. And just like a striving for more knowledge, like never being satisfied with what you have understood and what kind of the company as a whole has understood and knows. Like I see that change a lot, kind of looking and comparing corporate to like the startup world. That like you look at corporations and a lot of times people are like, yeah, my job is this and I do this, and I'm not really willing to expand beyond that. Like I get paid for what I do, I'm not going to go beyond it. Where in the startup culture, it almost seems like every single person is wanting to learn more. How can I do more? How can I expand what I work on every single day? So that's entrepreneurial culture starts with learning and wanting to kind of take on and build more so that you can reach that goal of building something that's bigger than just yourself, like John Mack was talking about.
Yeah, 100%. Question of the day, what is entrepreneurial culture to you? Would love to hear your thoughts and feelings around that. And then let's get like a ranking system going of where you think the best entrepreneurial culture is. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
We'll put in one for Fayetteville because we're here. Thank y'all for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow.